So Chris Harris, thank you for coming.
It's great to be here. It's an honour to represent Arsenal in this great city, this great country. Thanks for having me.
Thank you to you. So let's get started. Arsene Wenger has recently expressed concern about social media, considering a strict control or even a ban. How do you succeed in managing such a situation?
Yeah, I can see his point. Arsene Wenger is very much from the old school, of course. I think he's approaching 70, so social media is a new thing for him. I think it's up to the platforms to deal with that kind of abuse on social, when I think Twitter have been quite public about having to do something about that. We have a player called Hector Bellerin, who recently described social media as a blessing and a curse, where it can be a problem because you get lots of abuse, but at the same time, it's broken down those barriers between the fans and the players, and you can suddenly go on there with the filter off and say what you mean to say without the media twisting your words. So it's certainly a force for good as well, and it's nice to focus on those things.
Okay, thank you. The Premier League became the undisputed queen of the social media presence. From your point of view, what are its winning qualities?
Yeah, I mean, I think the La Liga and Bundesliga and Serie A would dispute that. There'd be some clubs out there saying that we're as good as the Premier League. I think it's the Premier League has a lot of strength in depth. There's quality in every team. I think in some leagues you get 1, 2 or 3 teams who tend to dominate. In England, every game seems to be a hard game. And when players and managers come into that league, I think they find the same, that it's so intense. I think that intensity comes across on social media too. I think that there is some great content. Everything's very dramatic. And I think teams are constantly looking to outdo each other. You know, we're always taking on Man City or Chelsea or Spurs or Liverpool or Man United and some of the smaller clubs in the Premier League. You want to cut through the noise. There's so much content out there. If you can find something really creative, a really good idea, and execute it perfectly, then you're winning on social media. So the competitive spirit between clubs on and off the pitch is really good.
Yeah, thank you. Do you think videos are the most effective way of communication in the UK?
I think so, yeah. I think if you go back 5 or 6 years, images are still very, very strong. You take Instagram, strong visuals are always important. I think moving pictures, they're just more dynamic, they're more engaging. I think what's become interesting is that it's become a two-way conversation too. Clubs are putting content out there, but fans are generating content of their own. They're becoming part of the story in many ways, and videos become a strong part of that too.
Do you think video could remain a point of reference even in the future? Will also continue in the future, I mean?
Yeah, I think it can. I think what's interesting is, will it be long form, will it be short form? We've gone through phases where short, snackable content has been very much in vogue, but I think there's also a big opportunity there for long form video. People, if they're in the right setting, will watch long form. Video is definitely here to stay. It's more about which format it will be in.
Talking about ranking, we know that Juventus club is right after Arsenal in the terms of number of social media fans. The fact is that Cristiano Ronaldo just arrived in the club. Is that case you fear being outdated?
I suppose the answer is Arsenal need to buy Cristiano Ronaldo. That would change that. I think I saw a figure recently that maybe 3.5 million fans migrated to Juventus because Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid for them. I think it does show how fans operate in the digital age. It's not so much about clubs. People still love their clubs. They might support 1, 2, 3 or 4, but they also follow personalities and players. And I think if Ronaldo moves, if Messi moves, if Suarez moves, then you're going to get a load of fans going behind them. We'll have to find other ways to stay ahead of Juventus, I think.